Hey guys, it's me, Crystal, and today I'm going to show you how to make this granny square bandana scarf. Alright, so we're using 3 colors of yarn for this, and your supply list is down below. I'm also using this 5mm crochet hook, and this is cotton yarn and worsted weight, by the way. We're going to start with our center color, and we're just going to make a slip knot and attach it to our crochet hook. Now we're going to chain 4 times. Now we're going to slip stitch into the first chain to make a loop. So just insert your hook into that first chain, yarn over, and pull it through both loops. And then we're going to work into the little circle that is formed there. So to begin, we're going to chain 3 times. Then you're going to make 2 double crochets into the center of that circle. So yarn over, insert your hook right into the middle of your little circle. Pull up a loop, then yarn over again, and you're going to pull it through the first 2. Yarn over again and pull it through the last 2. And that is a double crochet. And then repeat that one more time. And this is our first granny cluster. There's our first cluster. And now we're going to chain 2 times. So this will be our corner. And then you're going to repeat that. So do 3 double crochets in the center of the loop. Now we're going to chain 2 again to make the next corner, and you're going to repeat that 2 more times so you have 4 clusters all together. And then don't chain 2 after the last cluster. I'll show you how to finish off this round. Okay, to finish it off, we're going to yarn over and we're going to do a half double crochet in the top of our chain 3. So here's our chain 3. You see there's the third one at the top. So you're just going to insert your hook under the 2 loops of the chain, which is kind of tricky, but I think it just looks better if you get under both loops. And once you're under there, then you're going to yarn over and pull it through those 2 loops, and then you'll have 3 on your hook. Yarn over one more time and pull it through all 3 loops. And that's how I like to finish off the first round. So there you go, cut your yarn, and you're just going to pull the end through the loop on your hook to finish it off. Tighten it up a little bit. And now we're going to just tie our next color on right in that same space. So I just like to grab the yarn end for the next color and just thread it right through there and tie a knot. And it is nice and secure, and you don't have to worry about anything coming undone later. And you want to do this over on the right side of the corner, like make sure it's facing you, the right side is facing you of the square. And then you're kind of tying this off to the right bottom side of that corner, if that makes sense. Hold the ends over so you can crochet over them, and then that's one less to weave in. Insert your hook and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through, and that attaches your yarn to your hook and makes the first chain. Then you're going to chain 2 more times. So that's your chain 3, which counts as your first stitch. And now you're going to make 2 double crochets in that chain space there in the corner. Then we're going to chain 2, since this is a corner space, and make 3 more double crochets in the same corner space. All right, so our first corner space is done. So now we're going to chain one in between. And then you're going to just repeat that whole corner process on this corner and all the rest. So for all these corners, it will be 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. And then you'll do a chain 1 in between each corner space to get around the square. When you get all the way back around to the start, I'll show you how to finish this round off. Okay, we're back to the beginning here. So now we're going to finish off this row. We're going to go into the top of our chain 3 again. So the third one at the top. And just do your best to get under both loops of that top chain. And then we're going to single crochet. So yarn over, pull it through, and then yarn over again and pull it through both loops. And that will finish off that round. So just cut your yarn, pull the end through the loop, and pull to tighten it up. And now we can do the next round. So grab your third color and you're just going to tie it on in that same space where we just ended. And again, we're going to hold our 2 yarn ends over to the side so we can crochet around them. Insert your hook into that space and pull up a loop. Yarn over and pull through, and that's your chain 1, and then chain 2 more times. So there's your chain 3. Then you're going to do 2 more double crochets in this side space to make 3 all together. If you count that chain 3. So there we go. And now we're going to chain 1. And then we're going to do our corner space the same way. So 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. All right, there's our corner, chain 1. And then you're going to do 3 double crochets in this side space here. I accidentally crocheted around these ends. I didn't mean to, so I'm fixing that real quick. And then just continue on, get your other 2 double crochets in that side space. And you're just going to continue this pattern around, doing 3 double crochets in each side space, chain 1 in between, and then do your corner spaces. When you get all the way back around, you're going to insert your hook into the top of the chain 3, and you're going to single crochet to end the round. So insert your hook, yarn over and do your single crochet, and then you'll just cut your yarn and finish off this round. And then you're going to repeat that for 2 more squares. So you'll need 3 squares all together. So here's our 3 squares. Now we're going to do the triangles. So again, we're going to make a slip knot just like before and attach it to our hook. And we're going to go ahead and chain 4, just like we did the first time. And we're going to make our loop. So insert your hook into the first chain and do a slip stitch to make your loop. And instead of doing chain 3, this time we're going to do a chain 4 because it counts as the first double crochet and a chain space. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you're going to double crochet into the loop 3 times. Now you're going to chain 2, and this will be our corner of our triangle. And then you're going to do 3 more double crochets into the center. Now you're going to chain 1 and then do 1 more double crochet into the center of the loop. So that completes our first round. So now you're just gonna cut your yarn and pull the end through the loop, just like all the other rounds, to finish that off, and pull it to tighten. And now we have our first round of our triangle. Now we're going to take our next color of yarn and we're going to tie it on over where we started, not on the side we just ended on. And we're just going to tie it on to that space. Leave a little extra yarn for your tail here so we can weave it in. Not too much, but just a little bit. Pull your knot over just a little bit like that. And now we're going to start. So insert your hook and pull up a loop. And you're going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Make 3 double crochets in that same space. Chain 1. Then we're going to do our corner. So do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and do 3 more double crochets. Then chain 1. And we're going to do 3 double crochets in the last space. Then chain 1 and make 1 more double crochet in that same space and cut your yarn and finish it off. Now we're going to tie our last color of yarn here on our starting side, just like we did for the last round. Insert your hook into the space, pull up a loop, and chain 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you're going to do your 3 double crochets in this corner. And you're just going to do the same pattern we did for the last round. There's just going to be an extra side space. So after you do your 3 here, you're going to chain 1. You're going to do 3 double crochets in the side space right here. Then you're going to chain 1 and make your corner. Chain 1 and do 3 double crochets in the side space. Then chain 1 and you're going to do 3 double crochets in the last space. Then chain 1 and make 1 last double crochet and then finish it off. All right, so here's our first triangle. So you're going to just make 3 of these and go ahead and weave in all your ends for your squares and your triangles. And it's time to assemble. We're going to arrange them in this pattern with the one in the bottom corner and then the 2 squares here. And then we'll take the 3 triangles and go across the top. And then grab whatever color yarn you're going to use to connect your squares. And we're going to start doing the final round here. And for this one, we're just going to be doing 1 more round of this granny square. So this will be just like how you did your last round for your squares, except for there'll be 1 extra side space. So go ahead and do that and complete it, and then I will show you how we'll start connecting them with the next one. All right, I finished this round and I'm going to go ahead and finish this off, and then I am going to go ahead and weave the end in. I suggest that you do that now so you don't have to weave in a whole bunch of ends once you finish your bandana. So just as you do each square and attach it, go ahead and weave in your ends and trim off the excess. Okay, so this is our bottom corner of our bandana, be the very back of it. So now we're going to take this next square to the right and we're going to attach it at this rightmost corner and go across the top and the left side. So just start by going across like normal, and then when you get to this corner here, you've done 3 double crochets in it and we haven't done our chains yet. So now we're going to start attaching. We're going to line them up like this. For the first chain, we're going to insert into the corner of the square we're joining to. We're going to make the chain through that corner for the first chain. Then we're going to do one more chain. So we have our chain 2. And then you're going to go ahead and do your other 3 double crochets into this corner to finish it. All right, so now we're attached a little bit. We're going to go into the next space and we're going to do our chain 1 into that space that we're connecting to. And then you're going to do your next 3 double crochets in the next side space. And this is how we're going to connect for all the sides. So when you are connecting, you're just going to make the chains through the space of the square that you're connecting to, or triangle, depending on what we're doing. So there's our chain 1, and then you do your next 3 double crochets. And then do our next chain 1 through the next space. And then do the first 3 of our corner. So 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do our first chain of our chain in the corner, or our 2 chains in the corner, into the corner of the other square, and then chain 1 again, and then finish up your corner. And here's how our join looks. And then you just finish off the square as usual. All right, now we're going to bring in our next square and we're going to join our yarn up here at this top corner. And we're just going to repeat that exact same process all the way around to connect this square. Here I wanted to show you when you get to the corner, you just attach to the corner of the square that you're actually attaching to, and don't worry about the corner of the other square. So here we have our 3 squares attached, and we're going to do our first triangle here in the center. So turn everything around and we're going to attach our yarn onto this far right corner of our triangle. And then to join this up, we're just going to go ahead and insert our hook into this corner space and do a chain 3. And then our 4th chain, we're going to insert our hook into the corner space there first. And then that'll be our 4th chain. All right, so then you go ahead and do your 3 double crochets in the corner, just like normal, and continue attaching to the other square each time you do a chain, and then I'll show you what happens when you get to the corner. All right, when you reach the corner, I've done 3 double crochets, so now we're gonna chain into that corner across, diagonal from the one we're at, then chain again, and then just continue doing your 3 double crochets in the corner. And that will attach the corner there in the middle. And then you're just going to continue in the same way, going down the other side of the triangle until you get all the way to the other corner. Okay, here in the last corner, we're going to go ahead and do our 3 double crochets. And then once we get those done, we're going to insert into the corner of the square next to us and do our chain 1, and then do 1 last double crochet in this corner space. All right, and now that triangle is attached, and we're going to repeat that for the other 2 triangles. All right, we're gonna go down the left side and then back up the right side. And then on this one over here, we'll start over here on the left side and go down and then go up the other side. And I'm just gonna do that real quick, starting over here in this far left corner. And we're just gonna attach them the exact same way we did for the other ones. It's just this one will only have one side that's attached. So we finish the one side and then go ahead and attach the second side. This is all exactly the same as the last one, so I'm just gonna skip through here and get to the next part. Here we are at the end and I'm just attaching the last corner, and it's just like we did for the last one. You do your 3 double crochets, do your chain 1 into the corner space of the square next to it, and then do the last double crochet. And then finish it off and weave in your ends. And then repeat all that for the other triangle. Now we're going to single crochet down the one side, up the other side, and then we're going to make the strap on this side go down the front and make the strap on the other side. So we're going to attach our yarn over here on the far left corner and just tie it on with a knot right in the space. Then you're gonna yarn over and pull up a loop and chain 1, and then you're gonna insert into the same space and do a single crochet in that space. And I'm gonna single crochet over the end too, so I don't have to weave it in later. Okay, now we're gonna make 1 single crochet in the top of each of these 3 double crochets. So you're just gonna insert your hook right into the top of the first double crochet. I'm moving this out of the way so you can see. And then you're just going to single crochet right into that stitch. And then you're going to single crochet in the next one. And in the third one here. All right, and now when you get to the space, you're going to make 1 single crochet in the space. And then you're just going to keep single crocheting in the top of each double crochet going across, and then do 1 single crochet in each chain 1 space. Now when you get to the spot where the 2 squares or triangles are joined, I'll show you what to do there. Okay, so I'm in the corner. You do 1 single crochet in the corner. Then when you get to the space, you're going to go right into the space and do 1 single crochet there. And then you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next corner. And then you're just going to keep doing that pattern going all the way down. When you get up here to the top corner, you're going to make 3 single crochets into the corner space. There you go. And then you're just going to go back to your 1 single crochet in each double crochet, 1 single crochet in each chain 1 space, and 1 single crochet in between where the granny squares are joined. Here we are in the bottom corner, so I'm going to make 1 last single crochet in the chain there. I did 1 in the space, and then I'm doing 1 into the actual chain too. And now we're going to make our chain for our strap. So you're going to chain 41 times, and then once you get 41 chains made, here's my 41 chains, you're going to go into the second chain from your hook, and you're going to do a slip stitch. So just right into that chain, pull through a loop, and then pull it through the loop on your hook. And you're going to repeat that with each chain going all the way down until you get back to your bandana. Okay, I got all the way down my chain, and now here we are. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to single crochet right into the spot where I had made my last single crochet, not in the space, but in the chain. And now what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 single crochets around each of these chain 3s here at the end of each row. Now you see how there's kind of like a space? You're just going to make 3 single crochets into each of these spaces. And then do that with the next row. And then when you get to the center of the triangle, right there, you're just going to do 2 single crochets into that center. There's 1 and 2. And then you're going to go back to your 3 single crochets on the ends of each of these triangle rows here. And it's going to look like this. When you get to the corner of the square, you're going to make 3 half double crochets into that space. If you don't, you end up having like a little indent there, so this kind of makes the stitches a little bit longer, so there's not an indent. And see, that helps it look a little bit straighter. Then you're going to go back to your 3 single crochets in the next space here. And then you're just going to continue across, and in all the normal rows, you're going to just do 3 single crochets. At the center of the triangle, you'll do 2 single crochets, and then at the corner of the square, you'll do 3 half double crochets, and just do that all the way across. When you get to the end, you're just going to make 1 single crochet into that last space, and then start your chain. And you're going to do 41 chains again. And then you're going to go ahead and slip stitch in the second chain from your hook and all the way down to make your strap. When you get back down here, you're going to go back into that same space and make 1 single crochet. And then we're going to slip stitch to the first single crochet of our row. So right where we started, just go under both loops of that single crochet, yarn over, pull it through and pull it through. And then that will finish off our bandana. So go ahead and cut your yarn, leave a little bit of a tail because we're going to weave it in, and go ahead and pull it through that loop on your hook. And then you're going to grab your yarn needle and we're going to weave this end in really well. And I do recommend tying a knot somewhere just to be safe. So I just tied a little knot here a couple times to make it extra secure, and then I wove the ends in a little bit more. Since there's going to be some tension on this area because of the strap, I just thought it would be a good idea to tie a knot. And now your granny square bandana is complete. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please leave a like, comment, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any of my future videos. Thanks for watching!